Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys doing all right. So, I just got back from detox. I'd say maybe like 2.5, 3 hours ago, and so it's the second time I've gone to a detox type rehab thing. Although, like, technically, like the first time it was detox and rehab, whereas this time it was just detox, and I had a choice to do residential, but there was a waiting list, and I don't know, I just didn't really feel like doing it. I just didn't feel right, so I decided just to do the detox. And however, just between both experiences, the first one I went in just for alcohol, and like I had really no issues at all through the whole thing. Like it was just they kept giving me medication that completely fucking relaxed me and allowed me to sleep through the withdrawals, and like there was like very very little pain, like if any pain at all, except for there was a little bit towards the end of the duration and doing detox. I got restless because I stopped giving me meds, but it wasn't like a bad, it wasn't like I was like through, like I wasn't really in much pain. It was just more like a, just kind of an irritated, like on a scale of 1 to 3, it was maybe a scale of 1 to 10, excuse me, it was maybe a 3 in as far as the pain threshold is concerned. Excuse me. Whereas this most recent one I just got out of, the first day I went in, like for the first 18 hours, they didn't give me anything serious. Like they gave me just this like slight little like mood like stabilizer shits, but it wasn't nothing to counter the vast amount of kratom and kava that I'd been taking. I mean, so while I was in the place, I was having episodes where I was like having suicidal thoughts. I was hitting myself like in the forehead, just being fucking real. I was, man. I even told him that too. I got fucking it was dark. It was extremely dark, and I even talked to them multiple times, and they were telling me that there's some type of condition that happens, like if they give people like these opiate fucking things that help people get over withdrawals too soon, it has like a reverse effect on the overall of your overall getting over that what you're trying to get over of. So they had to wait, I guess, like 24 hours or as long as they could to give me the opiate withdrawal shit into before, you know. So I had to go through a first day of hell. Like it was rough. Like it's just interesting how like it was opposite. Like the first one, like the first rehab detox session I did, you know, years ago, it went super smooth like the whole way through pretty much. And then how this next one, it started off rough as fuck, and then it slowly but surely got easier and easier. Like they slowly but surely kept on giving me more and more and more and more and more. So it's like, you know, and it's like today they ended up giving me more than they ever did throughout the whole fucking, you know, time I was there for over, actually it was over 3 days. So, and then they gave me stuff to walk out with, which I was a little hesitant about because part of me wanted to just leave there completely clean, you know, and just be off everything as possible and maybe just smoke weed. But, you know, in the past, like I haven't done very well with that. I'm just fucking being realistic, man. This is something I've been going on for over, like, not over, I mean, opiates, I started doing opiates when I was 17 years old, and I'm 37 now, so that's 20 years. With maybe like 2.5 years or so without touching opiates or alcohol. So it's like 17.5 years of doing hard fucking drugs or alcohol. Like that's just a very long time in my life of hardcore abuse. So it's very well ingrained in my brain and my DNA. I mean, I don't know about DNA, but in my neurons, they've adapted to that type of shit very well. So it's just ain't fucking easy, dude. So it's like every time lately when I've tried, because I actually tried quitting a little bit ago, a few weeks ago, and I didn't last more than fucking like 8 hours, and I was getting suicidal as fuck and just having like psychotic breakdowns and just all sorts of fucked up shit. So yeah, I decided to go ahead and accept their medication, and so it's Suboxone. It's interesting. It's a very interesting medication. Like I'm starting to. Certain prescriptions I really don't like, but there are some that can be very beneficial, like for certain people under certain circumstances, and like getting into the sciences of how you can splice fucking different chemicals, or I mean it all comes from plants, so it's like it's really just putting different parts of plants together to create some type of a new formula. I mean, they has to come from this earth unless they're taking. Sometimes I do think that sometimes I think some of these fucking words that you see on ingredients and chemicals and fucking and all that type of shit does come from other planets, and maybe it does, but you know, even if it does, it's still something natural because coming from some other type of world. So I guess more than anything, it depends on how it affects you and what you're able to do with it and how well it benefits your life in a positive way and that of others. And right now, this Suboxone type shit they have me on, it doesn't really get you like a euphoric high. Like methadone is the other thing that they use. It's much more common. Well, I don't know if it's more common, but it's been around much longer. I'm sure y'all have heard about it. But methadone's fucking, I mean, I used to take it back when I was getting high all the time, and it's no joke. It's like one step away from heroin, if not, I mean, it gets you fucked up. Like it gives you a super euphoric high. It lasts a very long time, and it's extremely addictive. Whereas Suboxone, and another thing with methadone, like if you continue to take it, you'll continue to get higher. Whereas with Suboxone, if you continue to take it, you won't get any higher. Like it'll just flatline out, and you'll just end up wasting the drugs and not even being any higher. And it doesn't even really get you, like it's not even like a high. It gives you like just an alleviation of the withdrawal symptoms, and it actually takes away your craving for more. So for somebody like myself, because I was doing the kratom and the kava kava like every hour, man, it was fucking getting bad. I was continuing to use like every hour, you know, relatively as often as I could. I mean, every hour is pretty fucking often. So throughout the whole day. So that's why when I try to quit, like there'd be some serious withdrawals because my brain's used to having this shit being pumped into me fucking throughout the day, all day long. So it's like when I stop doing that, my brain starts going fucking haywire. Then if you're already in kind of a darker place, it just makes it that much harder to get past that fucking those hurdles. So anyways, I think I've made a good choice. I feel much better. I got back from rehab and I sat down for a little bit. I started watching a little bit of Netflix and I was like, oh, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna go back. Because I read a lot. Like, that's one thing that also kept me kind of sane this time around is because I was already in kind of a good habit of reading. They had like a little bookshelf there full of a bunch of books. A lot of them were just like simple novels, nothing too deep or heavy, but I ended up spending a lot of time reading. So I got really back into silent reading too, not reading aloud, which there's a difference. There is a very, you know, reading aloud will bring about, because the speaking in itself has a very therapeutic effect of expression and like vocally being heard, and the acoustics that goes along with speaking, the vibration that goes along with that whole process. But reading silently, it's much more like there's something to be said for that too. It's much more meditative, much more tranquil. Like it's very just like kind of soothing in a way. And if you can get lost into a sort, or if you can get very well imbued or intertwined into a story, it can be a very a lovely process, a lovely thing to experience. So I read a lot, probably read like 400 pages in the past couple of days. So anyway, I got back, started watching a little bit of Netflix, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. Let's just go ahead and start reading. So I started reading a little bit out loud, and then I felt a little bit better, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean my room up a little bit. So then I cleaned my room up a little bit, and I was like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit better. So I decided to go for a workout, and you know, I ended up doing a nice workout. I was like, you know, I've been up since like 3 o'clock in the morning. My sleep schedule's been all off, so I wasn't even planning on doing anything much at all when I got back here. But again, I think because of the Suboxone, like it's not making me want more. Like it's more of just like, oh, okay, I've got this steady kind of like buzz type-ish feeling, but it's not like a craving for more. Like it's very, like it's another thing with these pharmaceuticals. They found a way to like make them so that they can last. Like they really do kind of just last for an extended period of time. To whereas these herbs, a lot of times you take them and yeah, you're good for like 20, 30, maybe an hour, but then they go away and then you're fiending for more. Whereas these prescription drugs that they've designed, they've designed them to last a lot longer, and they do. So there's some benefits, man. I'm starting to rethink some of the, now, and again, it's like, I do think some of these things are just like imbued with spells that are not good for the human body. So especially if you're able to make these things without that type of malicious intent, like if you're able to put some benevolent intent into these things, they could be even that much more beneficial. So, but, I'm still all about the natural way, the more sober way, definitely. But if you're somebody like myself who've been dealing with this thing for over half their life, and it's something that I've seen kill just the addiction in itself, like alcohol addiction, you know, drug addiction, I've seen it kill people. I've known people that have died from this shit, so it's no joke, man. And if you're my age, it only gets harder as you get older. So it's like if you can find something that can truly help you steer your life into a better and healthier way, I'm all about fucking doing that shit, you know, because it is all about your intent. And if you have the ability to use something in a healthy way and to transmutate your life in a good way, then that's good, you know, because mind over matter. So a lot of it does matter on how you choose to use it, and how you choose to let it affect your life, and how you react to it, and what you do with it. Like that can supersede, like if somebody designs these things with malicious intent, if you still use it in a good manner and you don't allow it to corrupt you in a sense, then that's okay. But if you start to see it corrupting you and you stop falling short in all these different ways and slacking and doing all this fucked up shit, well, that's bad. You know, that's something you should stop, or, you know, find some way to counter those actions. But if you can continue on in a good path, and actually it can help you improve your life and get better, and you work on, you know, eventually moving to a place to where you're getting off of it. Sometimes, you know, a lot of people, they withdraw down, they cut down very slowly. So it'll just like a little bit each week, like a milligram a week. Whereas sometimes I go from like doing like 75% reduction in just like a couple of days, which is fucking kind of nuts. But that's probably why I've had such extreme fucking contrast of like, you know, psychotic or perceptional like, you know, experiences in my life, is because I try to do such gnarly reductions, which really isn't the best way to go about doing things. But anyways, when I was younger, I was able to do fucking this shit cold turkey, but it just gets older. I mean, it's harder the more that you do and the older that you get. That's what I've experienced. That's also what I've been told from other people. So, but anyways, yeah, I just want to let y'all know I'm back and I'm doing good. I'm feeling much better. And yeah, all right. I love y'all and hope you have a good day. All right, bye.